Alright, how's everybody doing? 7.0.0, of course, released. I went over some of the patch notes for that. That's a whole video, you can find that. On the channel. But there's a particular character that was changed in those patch notes. A character that I've played a lot of, just about, the whole first year of Ultimate. Basically about 80% of that has been me playing Cloud. So I'm pretty familiar with this character, and when I see buffs like that, it makes me want to talk about it. So we're going to do two things today. One, we're going to demonstrate all the buffs. Just show off what exactly changed and like all the different numbers associated with it. And afterwards, we're going to discuss the sort of implications of those changes and what it means for Cloud in the future. Like, what it means for the character at the end of the day. But yeah, let's just get started. Let's talk about the irrelevant one first, the one that doesn't really matter. F Smash hits more consistently. There was a range, like that particular tip range actually is a very good example, where characters could fall out. Characters like holding away or SDIing even could work their way out of it, but it hits a lot more consistently now. It's sort of hard to display because obviously I can't show it not working anymore because it just works. But it's a good change. It's appreciated. It's consistency, and that's always a good thing. But let's talk about the actual winners. Let's talk about the real big changers for patch 7.0.0. Up Smash. Up Smash is probably the biggest winner. First of all, we count the frames here. Well, that's 11, and that's 12. Up Smash was frame 13. It is now a frame faster. The startup hit is frame 12. That's big. That's a big thing, especially out of shield. Every frame counts in terms of out of shield punishes. This is the difference between killing Pikachu off a dash attack and having to up B and Pikachu living to 170 off a dash attack. It's good. It's extremely, extremely good. What else happened to this move, though? Well, it's a lot stronger. It's about 100, it's about 100,000 times stronger. If you look at 105, if I up smash, oh my god, she's dead. Before, up smash killing at 105 meant like, that was a pipe dream. That just was not going to happen unless it was Pichu and the Pichu was on a platform and whatever. And obviously I'm exaggerating for the sake of demonstrating how bad it was before, but it was a very, very bad move. It was his weakest smash, easily. It is no longer that. I believe down smash is actually technically his weakest smash now. Yeah, down smash is his weakest one, which is what it should be. It's his fastest one. It should be his weakest one. But you get the idea. Up smash, killing this early is extremely good because, again, it just ups his punish game out of shield. But also, past even that, up smash received a buff to its range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So frame 13 is when the more ranged hitbox comes out, and 14 is when the anti-air hitbox comes out. But before, this would not have launched as high. Up smash had a sour spot based on range. It no longer has that. This is just going to do 16% and kill off the top every time. The sour spot is now based on timing and how long the move is out. So if I up smash here, I'll get the 10% hit. Just to quick demonstrate like what exactly that looks like. This is the startup hit. This is all sweet spot. That's still sweet spot. This is sour spot. The hitbox that just appeared behind Cloud. That is the 10% hit, and it lingers for a bit, and then it's gone. Enormous. It's an enormous anti-air buff. It's very, very nice. Next up on the kill list, or on the kill move list, not on the kill list. That's the opposite of what we want to do to Cloud's moves. Is dash attack. Dash attack received buff to its kill power on its sweet spot. So if we take Lucina to about 131, good luck. Dash attack, died off the top. Let's get to like 135 just to show the sparks. Yep, there it is. Dash attack at 135 is that's not what it used to be. Did not used to kill at this kind of percent. Dash attack is a frame 9 burst option that has a sweet spot for a pretty long time. In fact, as we've seen here, the range is really good. That's still sweet spot. I'm doing it as like fast as I possibly can. That was a sour spot, and I'm like right here. Like that was a sweet spot. It is extremely good for punishes, especially at this percent. 9 frame dash attack. It's actually faster than up smash, which is up smash is stronger, but still you get the idea. Dash attack is once the opponent hits about 140, it is the kill move. You're fishing for dash attacks. If somebody whiffs something, you're dash attacking it, and you're probably getting that stock. Really, really nice to have. Afterwards, there's basically those are the two kill moves that were added. We have those two kill moves that were dramatically improved, and then the rest is changes to specials. Number one is up B. So Cloud's up B, notorious for not snapping the ledge, as we'll see right here, sort of drifts above. Even if I don't space it right, it'll still drift above. But now it has a ledge snap window. You'll see how much quicker I'm grabbing the ledge as opposed to say this, where I'm like still pretty close to the ledge, but it's not quite snapping. This will snap. That means there's effectively about a frame or two of like vulnerability where Cloud's hand is slightly above the ledge, and that's what we call a 2-frame. Basically, he has a regular people up B. It's much more easy to interrupt, but obviously you can do this and reverse it if somebody's going to try to like stage spike you or something. That's extremely useful. You have to space it right, of course, as I just explained. You can still kind of hit through the stage if you really wanted to like clip the person at the ledge if they're not respecting it. But Cloud's up B ledge snapping is just such an enormous buff, and it's actually something that I've like sort of asked for, but then never thought was going to happen. But you know, they actually decided to do it. Outside of up B though, we have down B. I'm going to sit here and talk about limit charge, and limit is going to charge. Limit was about 7 seconds of charging in order to get it without doing any damage. Now it's about 6. Like 6 or maybe even a little less. It's way fast. It's a full second faster. That's 60 frames of not having to charge. And we've talked about frame data before. Every frame counts. That also means that if I charge for just about that much, now I have to do about 60% and I'll have limit. 60% Cloud does in his sleep. Like his damage output is fantastic. The problem was killing. Again, that is an extremely good buff. Arguably the biggest buff he has. Either that or the kill options, or even the up B could be considered the biggest buff he has. It's super up for discussion. But those are all the buffs. That's everything that was changed for Cloud in 7.0.0. Now you know, non-Cloud player, what to fear. Fear this at like 130-ish, depending on your character. It's harder to mess with this if the Cloud is spacing it right. And the Cloud's gonna probably run away and do this a little bit more because it's easier to get. But that's all fine and good. Those are the changes. Let's talk about what this actually means. Let's talk about Cloud as a whole. Again, I've played Cloud for most of this game so far. I'm pretty familiar with his strengths and his weaknesses. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about the 3 things Cloud struggles with. That really like prevents him from succeeding at a super high level. Primary one, the primary one that was actually like an extremely big deal was Cloud, despite having a -3 on block aerial, could not handle shields that well. Especially could not handle parries. You could handle shields just fine. Obviously you just back air a bunch, and then every once in a while you can go for a shield poke back air, like just aim for someone's head or something, instant jump back air. A lot of times you'll clip their head and they'll get shield poked. Of course, this patch was the anti-shield poke patch, and all of a sudden, we don't really have that anymore. We sort of are gonna struggle with shields or parries much more than we were gonna used to, and shield pokes are just less consistent. It's a dangerous situation. The real culprit for why this is a problem is this grab. This is a 9-frame grab, a 13 frame pivot grab, and a 12-frame dash grab. That's absurd. That's extremely slow. You can visually see the lag on it. It's bad. It's a bad dash grab. It's one of the worst in the game. In fact, the range on it isn't even good. I just stand grab from here. That's not gonna grab. There you go. The range on it isn't even that good. The shield grab obviously is not what you're gonna do. You have an up B out of shield, so you're not gonna shield grab in general. But you know, grab was bad, and then the real bad thing is that your max damage off of grab is up throw, which is 10%. Everything else is either not true or a 50-50. Like that's not true. Down throw to cross slash I've seen before. That's not a combo. Forward throw actually pushes you back and only does 8. So if you needed positioning, it was good, but it didn't. It wasn't good for damage. This was not threatening. No one was threatened by Cloud's forward throw or Cloud's back throw or his down throw or his up throw. And, you know, that's especially considering the fact that none of them kill. Let's get Lucina to about 200 right now. If I get Lucina to 200 and I up throw, I believe she still lives. 20% up throw? Yep. Up throw does not kill. Down throw actually is his best kill throw, which is hilarious to me. The back throw, of course, sends nowhere. Oh, back throw actually... That sends further than I remember it. Okay. I don't remember it sending that far. Okay. I don't think there was unlisted changes, at least not for Cloud. Either way, that's not really that big of a deal. The point is that Cloud's grabs suck. His throws are bad. They have always been bad, and they're worse in this game than they were in the last one. So opponents blocking are gonna your best option for that is to just keep back airing, run away, and start charging limit, which is going to incentivize people to actually want to fight you, which means they're out of their shield, which means you can hit them. Or alternatively, you're gonna grab them, you're gonna do your 8%, you're gonna run away, and you're gonna do this. And this is a lot of distance. This is actually like pretty good, especially at 0. But for real, like let's actually let's consider some of the other weaknesses of this character, or at least the weaknesses that he had. Number one is killing. Consistent killing for Cloud was a pipe dream. It was not very good. And that's because a lot of his good kill options, like say Limit Cross Slash, were 1, nerfed from the last game, but 2, are frequently staled. And we'll talk about why. So like that Lucina just exploded, right? Obviously that's, you know, you can sit here and be like, hey, what do you mean this character has no kill options? Lucina just exploded at 100 from like the middle of the stage off of your invincible side B. And that is true, but I'm using this side B here too to get that 40% combo. And then I'll use it here and get the check chase and get her to 75. And all of a sudden, I've used cross slash twice. It's in the scaling queue 2 times. If I get Lucina to 85 and then maybe I don't know, for a dash attack here, 99.3, right? Get back to the stage. 99.3, right? Let's just get Lucina to where she was before. Charge up our limit. Let's cross slash and see what happens. With the sparks. Okay. My point was not proven. The point is, especially like, excuse me, dependent on positioning, limit cross slash was not really the best kill move in the world anymore. Also, you know, it's situational. You only have it for 15 seconds, which means the opponent can play around that pretty easily. So you know, landing your limit cross slash was not ever really the easiest thing in the world. Finishing touch was actually better. It was sped up slightly. So it's actually just a good move, and it should be used more often than it is. But it's not as big of a deal now because we have things like up smash. So an interesting situation that I can present is, let's say I got a falling up air at 90. If I was good at the game. There you go. That's a 2-hit. That's 20%. I have like no other follow-up there. I can do a back air. If I position it right. There we go. That's a back air. Does not kill. I think I can do a forward air. Well, that's an air. Nah, forward air is not true. But an up smash or a falling up air at 90 meant I had no follow-up. Like no follow-up that killed outside of touch. If I was actually good at the game. I don't remember if I'm supposed to jump to do up air touch. There you go. That's the 2-hit. Up air finishing touch. I'm sure if you played Smash 4, you're familiar with that concept. But that was it. That was how you got the kills off of up air. You had like no other way of doing it if you got a falling up air. Now you have an alternative. In fact, you have a very scary one. Except you don't do it at this percent. I believe you do it at slightly lower. Forgive me, this combo requires a good bit of precise charging, and it requires a slight bit of like movement. I actually don't know if I'm going to hit this. I actually don't know if it works on Lucina now that I think about it. But that's the general concept that you just saw. This. There you go, 2 hits. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's 83 off of falling. That's at 83% off of falling up air. What used to be like the most situational kill now is like, oh, hey, I landed with up air. Now you die. Unfortunately, I'm bad at it because I haven't had that long to practice it, but you get the idea. It's actually not the easiest combo in the world. But the implications of this is that killing with Cloud is no longer circumstantial. It's no longer based on, hey, do I have limit? Where is the opponent at? What moves are staled? What was the combo ender I used when I was trying to put on damage? Did it have anything? Was it a cross slash? If yes, my cross slash might not kill here. If no, then my cross slash probably will. What, like, no setups into other kill moves. Up smash obviously wasn't doing anything. Dash attack wasn't doing anything. Like, not until around 150, and a lot of times characters just lived forever. There's a reason why people were like, heavies versus Cloud is bad for Cloud, and that was just generally considered among a lot of Cloud players kind of bad, just in general. It was because you couldn't kill them. You could not effectively kill them outside of, extremely well-timed, like, limit combos, or just like combos in general, or edge guarding. That was like the other way. If you weren't spiking them, you probably weren't killing them. Or reads with like F smash at the ledge. That's how you killed heavies at like 100. You didn't really have much else. Now we have something else. Up smash will kill like a K roll at 120. That's unheard of for like any other Cloud move. It's a concept that is completely foreign outside of limit break moves. And especially the other part about this that's really, really big is the concept of out of shield punish. So let's say I block something that Lucina does that's minus 12. I don't have an example on hand because I didn't plan this out exactly. But let's say Lucina does something that's minus 12 on my block. Previously, I did not have a minus 12 or a 12 frame out of shield option. I had to up B. And at this percent, I up B'd and it did 18 if it wasn't staled already, which it probably would be. And that's it. That's how it went. If I had limit, I believe it probably... I don't know if it would kill at this percent, actually. Limit up B. Kill? No. Limit up B does not kill. Up smash kills. Up smash is 12 frame kill option, all of a sudden. That I can just do out of shield. Unfortunately, obviously, you can't turn around with it like you can with up B, so if somebody crosses up your block, you're probably going to have to, like, just up B out of shield or drop shield, turn around, up smash, which is, you might as well just dash attack. Either way, this is a game changer. This is the difference between a Pikachu dash attacking my shield and the Pikachu living to 170, or a Pikachu dash attacking my shield and dying at 75. Like, it's an absurd degree of change. It's insanely useful. And it's something that, like, it was hard to explain in terms of like why Cloud couldn't kill, and it was literally because like blocking with this character meant that your best punish was always going to be out of shield, because he literally didn't shield grab, and even if he could, he wasn't getting a kill off of it. Like, you might as well just up B. Up B will probably kill at 200, even if it is staled. This extends his options heavily, because before, if you really had something laggy, you could do down air out of shield, which was, I believe, about like a 19 frame punish. And if you wanted a 19 frame punish, you could just do down smash too. That would work. But down smash sends them the opposite direction, and you get the idea. I've rambled on for long enough about this. His out of shield game is better because of it. His combo game is better because of it. And perhaps most importantly, it's consistent. There is no ifs, ands, or buts with up smash. You up smash, they die. Simple as that. If you up smash them higher, they die earlier. If you charge it, they die earlier. Things like that. Like there's no conditional, hey, well, if you're at this positioning at the stage, your cross slash might kill, but it might not. Also, if you don't land it the right way, they might fall out, so on and so forth. Like it's just nice to have a kill move that just kills, you know? There wasn't too much of that before. Outside of that, we also have dash attack. Dash attack was a sad excuse for a move before. I mainly used it as a combo ender, or like at low percents before, because it did 13 and sort of hit people away and wasn't minus on hit if people were grounded. But it was also something I used pretty often as a punish option, and more often than not, characters would live to like 150, or even higher even. Dash attack did not kill. That's not what it did. With the right proper DI, dash attack just didn't kill. Now dash attack can kill, again, at 130, and with bad DI, as we're seeing how Lucina is getting launched sort of to that angle, if the opponent is holding in, because maybe they're not ready for the dash attack, that's 9 frames and hard to react to, if they're holding in, they're going to die at like 90. This dash attack is going to steal stocks, especially if the opponent is not ready for it, And alternatively, and this is my new favorite thing, if you like nair and then run up dash attack, not nair at this percent. If you nair and run up dash attack, a lot of people will be DIing out. If people are DIing out there, they die. That's a straight up stock, no questions. Of course, you have to get the right hitbox, and being at the ledge is going to make this a little bit more awkward. But if people aren't DIing the dash attack the right way by the time the dash attack hits, they're just going to die off the side to it. It's huge. The buff is enormous. It just continues to add to the degree of consistency that Cloud severely lacked in terms of his kill options. And that was really the only thing that I felt like needed to change for Cloud. I was literally like, this character can't kill... This character can only kill situationally. And when he does, he can kill pretty early, as I'm sure we've all seen. But outside of those like ridiculous early kills, it's like 150 is the standard. And that's just not going to fly. That's not going to fly for a character that's supposed to be like, you know, that can put on the damage that he can, but is going to end up stealing his kill moves in the process. It can get kind of unfortunate. Now, boom. Simple as that. But that was really the only thing that I felt like needed to change. But then they went ahead and they buffed two other things. They buffed the up B, which this is huge. A major component of why Cloud was inconsistent also is his recovery. As I'm sure we're all aware, you know, the recovery used to not snap the ledge. There's a character in front of me right now named Lucina. She's also a sword character. She also has -3 on block aerials. Sometimes she has -2 on block aerials. Her recovery is one of the best in the game. This is Cloud. Cloud has one -3 on block aerial. His recovery is one of the worst. Simple as that. You can't, like, obviously there's a severe balance issue there. If you just look at it as simply as that, and obviously it's not as simple as that, but then, you know, you get backhaired by Lucina at like 70 because she has rage and you die off town and city and you're like, what? Who designed this character and why does Cloud have to work like this? The thing that Cloud does have over Lucina, by the way, is increased damage output, better mobility, limit, obviously, which is also a plus, and just overall range. Back air is just bigger than most of other Lucina moves. But at the end of the day, they're two sword characters, and one of the sword characters is just significantly better and more consistent than the others, and that's Lucina. There's a reason why people aren't playing Marth. It's because they don't like it when Marth lands a sour spot, and, like, you know, when the Marth sweet spots are generally only about a 2 or 3% difference between, like, actual strength. This is we're getting to a point where Cloud is starting to be differentiated, where he's a character that is actually worth picking over Lucina. I used to call him before a two-taste Lucina. Lucina was good, Lucina was consistent. Cloud had some other things that were good for him. But when I said that when the game was initially released, I was not aware of the severe kill power problems that he had, and then over time, my opinion on Cloud more and more dropped. Like, it just gradually got lower to the point where I was like, this character is really just not worth playing if you have the intention of winning. He really kind of isn't, and it sucks. This is maybe no longer the case, especially now considering the other buff, which is to limit. Limit charge has some issues now. Limit charge has some issues compared to the last game. The primary one is that you take 7 frames to cancel it at all times. You cannot cancel it into anything immediately. Always 7. You can visually see the lag that's like happening. The other thing is, if you're charging limit and you get hit, you lose some of it. So let's have Lucina charge up a smash attack. I'm going to charge my limit. Gone. All gone. Getting hit while charging your limit, it makes charging limit a liability, especially because your movement is a little bit laggier because you only have 7 frames you need to cancel it. So you can't really on reaction get away from certain circumstances while you're charging. So like if I'm charging at this range and Lucina just decides to dash attack me, I cannot pull up my shield in time. I generally won't because I can't really see it. Even if Lucina does like a short hop nair, I won't be ready for it. And that's bad because that means I lose most, if not all, of my limit that I've charged. But now, in this case, one, I don't have to be in this limit charge animation for as long because I get to where I want to be faster. I charge limit quicker, therefore I can hit certain benchmarks for limit quite faster. It does mean that I, can get it quicker if I just am only charging, but generally speaking, you're not only charging, you're also doing damage and you're also getting hit, which means you can get limit more frequently per stock just over time. Limit management was a thing I used to talk about with Cloud, and I still do kind of talk about it. It's still relevant. Having your limit set up so that you know when you're going to hit it, knowing like what your opponent's next hit is going to do to you, how much damage it could do, what kind of hit you would be needed to take in order to be off stage in a position where you would need to recover with limit up B is one of the main things. But also it's how confident are you in you getting your own hit? So if I had limit, like if I just had limit fully charged right now, let's get Lucina to like 60. I have officially 15 seconds to land falling up air touch, or in this case whiff falling up air touch. Let's do it at like 49ish. I believe this is still kill percent. Wow, I'm actually trash. I can't believe that. But it meant I had 15 seconds to find that kill confirm, and the opponent had 15 seconds where they had to run away. That's the kill confirm there. If, however, I was smart with my limit, you could just do this, where you charge it up a little bit, get a little bit there, and then boop. And all of a sudden, I basically have it. It's basically there, but I have to get the connect. And I do side B by accident because my inputs are off. I gotta stop playing on this screen. That's besides the point. Yeah, it meant like obviously if you had your stuff fully charged, you'd have to you'd be put on the clock. Now you can get to that position where you're about a hit away from limit faster, which is just better. It also means that, you know, playing defensively is something that's easier to transition between. If I'm, say, sitting over here back airing at this range, I'm not charging limit. If I charge limit at this range, it's a death sentence. This character's just going to hit me, and that's just going to be unfortunate. If I hit my cross slash, I jump back, charge, I have almost half. I need to do about 60% more, and that'd get to about 100. Or actually, not about 60% more. I'd probably have to do about maybe 50 or so. Would be the best way of describing it. But like a little bit more charge, I get to half. Half to limit means like I have to do, yeah, about 45. I need to take like 25. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I think I have to take more than that. I think I have to take 150% to fully charged limit. Actually, it might still be 200. I know I only have to deal 100. All right, my numbers are. I knew this before, and now I don't remember what it is. Either way, getting limit faster means your character is better. Simple as that. The buffs for limit are also significantly stronger, meaning getting to limit fully charged, like more practically, means you can kind of just go ahead and pop limit whenever you want, and all of a sudden you're like 20% faster. Your short hop is extremely small, so you can back air extremely fast. Or if you're me, you can not get the hitbox out. Just like back air like this, and this is impressive. Just straight up. And then dash in, your dash in stuff is obviously much faster. Your recovery is better. You have invincible reversals, and you can just decide to have that. And that 15-second timer is still there, but it's easier to get back to where you want to be for your limit too. So altogether, how do I feel about this? How do I feel about this particular patch, like these changes? I personally am of the opinion that the only thing Cloud really actually needed was kill power. The character had a consistent kill move, even just one. He'd be fine. He'd be in a great position. The problem is all of his kill moves were either strong but situational, or weak but you had him all the time, or F smash. That's it. Those were the three variations of kill move. Or it was a spike. It was like a down air or a forward air off stage, and there were setups into that, and that was actually very good. But obviously, given the up smash and the dash attacks, that problem is basically rectified. It just about doesn't exist anymore. You have consistent kill options. You have like anti-airs. You have an out of shield. Like another out of shield that's like pretty good, and that's nice. The other issue, of course, that I mentioned before is consistent recovery. I don't think Cloud needs to have a good recovery. I don't think this character requires that. He has enough little tricks to get away with recovering. Like, say, if your opponent's not ready for it, you can up B high. If you are, like, slightly above the ledge, you can do the coming down part. Even if you're, like, right here, you can do the coming... Oh, wait, no, that's not the height. What's the height? There's a height where you can do the downwards swing. There you go, that's it. I was slightly under the ledge there, but I could still do the downwards version. There were mix-ups for recovering that you could do that were like nice. You could also cross-slash through the stage, and that would give you some like movement. It would hit the opponent either on shield or on hit. They would get either pushed away or they'd be in shield stun, and you could just kind of recover for free. Holding onto your jump was vital, but that isn't it always? So, but now that's not as important. Now you basically are going to recover the same way. You're going to drift kind of low and get back. Maybe reverse it if the opponent is trying to do some silly stuff. But like that's how you're going to do it. And that's amazing. That's like literally, for lack of a better term, that's an amazing, extremely useful tool. That's going to make hitting Cloud while recovering far harder. And then of course the other part of that was important, or the third thing that was relevant was of course dealing with shields. This character needs a flaw. I'm gonna be honest. That is a flaw that should exist. He should be bad against shields. He should only be able to like back air people on block, and if they realize you get lazy with your back air timing, they can start parrying you and then maybe start actually doing something if their character picks a fast enough option. Obviously back air on parry is not really the most unsafe move in the world, especially if spaced. But if you're smart with your back airs, you can handle it. If you mix in grabs, you're not going to get a lot of damage, but you can avoid people just holding shield. You can put them in the air where they can't block at all. Go for juggles, do your moves that are good. If they're at mid percents, you can go for, like, again, the miraculous the miraculous new up smash. I'm just going to charge a little bit for the sake of charging. Like, that's a problem that I think this character should have. He shouldn't be able to just grab you like a normal, like, standard character grab, like a 7-frame stand grab kind of thing. He doesn't need it, and he shouldn't have it. Especially not when, like, he does have certain setups off of throws. It's not like the worst thing in the world. What does this mean for the character? I guess let's stop beating around the bush a little bit. Let's say, like, how good is Cloud now? Should you play Cloud? If you want to win, like, actually, you don't care what character you play, what character you want to do, you just want to play a sword character and you want to win, you'll play Lucina. No ifs, ands, or buts, you'll play Lucina. She's the best sword character. Either that or you'll play, like, Joker, who is just also very good. Why would you play Cloud is still a question that is hard to answer, because again, he is still sort of outclassed in the way that he is before, but now his problems are better. And he does have, again, certain strengths over Lucina. Mobility, damage output, those are two things that Cloud has over Lucina, and that might appeal to people. Obviously, his matchups are a little bit more polarizing. There are still certain wacky mid-tiers that can kind of just do well against Cloud for no reason. But, like, this character, like, Cloud at this point is not a... he's no longer a character that I could sit here and tell you'd have to play someone else in order to make him work. You can effectively play only Cloud. At this point, you definitely can. He has the tools. He has the consistency. You could do it. It's going to be hard. This is still a difficult character to solo main. The character I'm looking at right now, Lucina, is not a difficult character to solo main, and functionally does exactly the same thing. So if you don't care about being bored, you could just play Lucina, win money, and be, living your life like that. However, a lot of people who play Lucina get bored, so they might not be down for that, and Cloud is fun. Cloud is fun, Cloud is fast, his moves are fun, Raw Nair is fun to do, his safety on block is not as good as Lucina's, but it's still good. Up B out of shield is obviously extremely nice. Not actually better than Lucina's, because it is a little bit slower, but it does more damage and is more practical because it comes back down and is difficult to punish. Yeah. Should you play this character? Maybe. It's really up to you, actually, at this point. He's certainly not as don't willingly subject yourself to playing Cloud was a thing I used to say. It was like, unless you really just want to play Cloud, the character was generally kind of difficult to commit to playing just because of his overall weakness. Like that, right? I did a sick edge guard. I drifted slightly the wrong way and did not make it back from that. Lucina would have made it back from that because the sick edge guard was not sick enough. You get the idea. Where is he tier list wise? I'm not good at this. I'm not good at general tier list placements because I really don't think this game tier wise has that much of a difference between certain characters. I do think he's significantly better though. I think... I'm not sure. I really don't know exactly where to put him in terms of tiers. I'd say he's probably like the worst high tier at this point. That's probably the best way to describe it. He's the worst, like, character that I would expect to see in a tournament now. I don't know how long I'll see him in tournaments because obviously he does still have his flaws. His hitboxes are still kind of deceptive too, but that doesn't really matter. He still has big moves. I don't know how long the Cloud hype is going to last, but some people are definitely going to pick up and play this character and, you know, realize that he is very simple. He is a simple character. The general game plan of Cloud is extremely easy to understand. You back air, you cross slash, you leave, and you up B out of shield when people are there. But now, obviously, you have up smash out of shield, and you have to kind of know when up smash is better than up B. Sometimes up smash will be a punish, sometimes it won't. That's up to you to know. They added a little bit of difficulty to this character, it's true. Limit management is also kind of just like an interesting component of this character that can sort of go ignored at lower levels, and then once you hit like higher levels, it actually becomes kind of an important thing. Knowing where your limit is at and how high it's going to be, what your next hit is going to do to increase your limit, how much your like, again, your standard dot combo is for the percentage that you're at. You gotta set your limit up right, you know? Or alternatively, you can sit back and charge it, lose it in 15 seconds, and do it again. That isn't even really that bad of an idea. I don't really have much else to say. I wish I could just give you a generalized tier placement, but these changes are very big. They really are. I cannot deny the fact that they are extremely relevant. He will still struggle versus certain characters, obviously. Just because we can kill Bowser at like 130 now doesn't mean Bowser isn't gonna do very well versus this character. Stuff like that. Like, a lot of his losing matchups aren't too much better, but killing consistently is key. In fact, what I think, honestly, the best way to describe it is his losing matchups aren't too much better, if at all. His winning matchups are significantly better now. Like, way better. Because the flaws that you had to work around before are just almost non-existent now. And the strengths of the character really shine versus someone like Ice Climbers, who basically, that's like a 7-3 matchup, I'm not gonna lie. That matchup might be one of the worst in the game. Back air single-handedly stomps that character. But yeah, that's it. I believe I just spent about 30 minutes talking about how good Cloud is after talking about 7 minutes worth of Cloud changes. Lord knows what'll happen if they completely rework this character. We might just be here all day. But that's about all I have to say. I do want people to play more of Cloud. This character's fun to watch. He's fun to play. He's an interesting character. He's got a lot going on. A lot of his combos are kind of interesting. And again, his damage output is very good. If you want to play Cloud, give him a shot. There's like no reason not to. It's not like he's an extremely difficult character. It's just there's some frustrations you might have to deal with every once in a while. And sometimes you're going to run into someone who actually just knows how to parry your back airs because you're not timing them, or you're not mixing up your timing that much, and that's just like a miserable experience. But yeah, that's about it. I might do another one of these videos for like someone like Palu. I don't really like this Cloud was the only character that I actually play that got changed, so I really wanted to make a video on him. I like where he's at right now. I sort of don't think he should get any more changes. He could be buffed again, and that would make him obnoxious, but I don't think he should be buffed again. I think he's in a perfect spot right now. But yeah, that's about all I got to say about these particular changes. If there's more changeless videos, I'll make them. If you want to see more changeless videos, I will make them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.